Greetings and welcome to your favorite podcast channel, Nigeria Unfiltered. Shalom for my audience, my name, and I'm glad to welcome you to another episode. As I've always said, according to Chinua Achebe, until the lion learns to tell his story, the hunter will keep taking the glory. James Baldwin, history is needed to chart the course for the now and in the future. Bob Marley said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. And Jane Jackie Rousseau, man is a free moral agent. On today's episode, I want to talk about the recent policy passed by the federal government of Nigeria as to a digital-friendly educational plan for both basic and primary schools. That aside, bringing back of history into the secondary school and primary school curriculum. That's a very wow policy, and at this juncture, I want to appreciate the government. It's a welcome development. It's not always about criticizing them, but on this one, they've done well. I want to talk about the benefits of that policy as to Nigeria and where we find ourselves. Of course, history itself is the bedrock and the foundation of all knowledge. A man, in this context, man, woman, without knowing his background, is blind. It is said that history is the roots of government, and government is the fruit of history. History is past government, and government is present history. There's a departure from our cultural heritage and our historical background, so as for us to know where we are coming from, to know where we are now, and to know what we need to do to catch up with the world while maintaining our cultural heritage. So I must say that this particular policy set put up by the government to bring back history is a very good one. It's very laudable, and we appreciate, federal government, ministers of education, federal state, for this wonderful decision that they have made. And of course, the benefits will be enormous. Now, having done that, another challenge we may face is as to the persons that will be taking these courses in the secondary school and the primary school, the teachers, and the materials we are going to be using to teach these children. Is it a distorted material? Is it a sentimental or a biased material? For example, who are the authors of this material and what is their goal? Because as I can say for free that Nigeria, as an ethnic pluralist society and a culturally diverse people, different distorted histories, and each of these history seems not to reconcile themselves. If a history is told by a Yoruba, there's a pattern of argument he's trying to project. If it's told by an Igbo man, there's a pattern he's trying to project. If it's told by a Hausa man, there's a pattern. So we are trying to know what is the generic discourse approved by the federal government, so we will get it right. I, for one, am a history student, and I learned from the natural source. So my fear and the fear of most concerned persons is to know are the persons that will be taking these history course classes. What agenda are they projecting? Are they nationalists? Are they biased, sentimental, or what have you? Are they pledging loyalty to a particular distorted path? Because you may be amazed to hear that I read from a particular angle that the leader of the first military coup was Emmanuel Fiajuna, and the so-called person that said this thing is a revered Nigerian. He said that confidently that the person that led the first military coup, January 15, 1966, was Emmanuel Fiajuna. And all along, we've been known it to be Chukwuma Kaduna Nziogo. These are divergent views and thoughts that needs to be, coherent and to be reconciled for us to know it, so that our children will not also suffer the problem of getting the right menu in the discourse of history. So that is another hard nut for the Ministry of Education to crack. Aside that, is a welcoming idea. Another thing we need to know is the idea of hermetic hypothesis. Hermetic hypothesis is the feeling that the white men are superior to the black men. It is premised on ethnocentrism, seeing Africans as second-class citizens. Therefore, they have to tell us our history. Imagine a book written by a white man. What does he want to say about Nigeria? What history does he have about Nigeria? He's going to tell us something that is distorted, that we have no culture, we have nothing to write him about. All these things are the new problem. We don't want things like that to occur. So the government should, be able to settle that issue. Then on the digital learning and adding it to our curriculum is a very, very good thing, because it's a double-edged strategy. We are preparing students, because I must say the truth, our generation, the previous generation, leading up to my generation, part of my generation, we were taught in the analog and conventional way, and most of the things we were taught was just for education base. We were not taught how to manage and how to cope in the industry, how to cope in the economic system. So I think this digital skill will teach these young ones the needed skill to leverage on artificial intelligence, learning skills like cyber security, web development, web design, and what have you, and to make these children to be eco-friendly, and not just learning about the conventional way of schooling, but also learn skills and of course leverage on artificial intelligence, because it is here to make work smart, easy, and convenient. So I also want to beg that as the federal government has passed it into law, the next problem we have in this country is implementation and follow. It should not be just passing to law. There should be task force or committee set up to ensure that each school in their curriculum make these topics and these courses effective. If all these things are put in place, Nigeria is good to go. We are good to fly. So at this juncture, I want to appreciate our dear listeners, our viewers. Keep subscribing to Nigeria Unfiltered. We are here to give you a diluted message about Nigeria. So for today, it's just about the recent policy of bringing back history and digital-based curriculum. Thank you very much. Shalom, my readers, my name. See you at the top.